Welcome back, everyone, to Limbus Company. I am me. I'm joined by my good friend Hunter. And we need to do our one draws, and then we need to continue our amazing world-class voice acting.
Flaming threads.
No funny draws for me. Unless... Oh, no. Anyway. Funny draw. Funny. To the basement! To the basement! Away! No.
이런 인물은 단 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
They may have you here. I remember I was forced to bring you last time. Single stream. Hey, Raptor. Once we dealt with the Falvis who invaded the Thunder's father's destroyed corridor, we left for the indexes. And ran into a few familiar faces waiting for us at our destination. You guys have today off? Yeah, but I thought I might as well come along. It's, you know, you keep summoning us while we're in the middle of something, so I decided that it might actually be more convenient for us to be with you in person. It kinda really sucks just passing out.
Your summoning occurred at most unideal moments.
Now I know you weren't doing it on purpose, but all 3 times you summoned me, I was leaning over snacks, topped with a bunch of whipped cream. Can you imagine? Just all 3 times fucking whipped cream to the face.
Whoops.
Whoops. Today I learned that blacking out and waking up in a me-shaped indented cake I was about to chow down doesn't make for a very relaxing break. Sorry about that.
Is auto really the play with just text?
I should have checked you guys before something, but that's what you used to. I mean, maybe not, but it... Okay, now you're being too sorry. No hard feelings here, you know? I'm tagging along because I need some exercise. That's all. I appreciate the additional employee assignments. Now, if you could share any information you know about another corridor.
I hung out here all the time, so I know this place a little. There was this super clingy, annoying little... No, that wasn't the mask dude. There was this other...
Is there something you don't remember? Oh, right. Kira probably doesn't remember Sora. Sora? I don't think that name rings any bells for us either. Is that someone who used to live here? Yeah, well, Sora was the Index Apprentice, so she probably lived here, and then she got deleted by, yeah.
Forsooth, the Index Apprentice. Pray tell, wherefore is it that the middle, the thumb, and the ring each have apprentices, yet the index and the pinky lack them? It would indeed be quite odd if a mere 3 of 5 fingers kept an apprentice each.
It's so interesting that with the way Ryoshu's sword works, that he can't even like say, no, this is what happened. You know, you can't like
it just auto corrects in their memory.
It's just really interesting to that.
Same with like Catherine, when people keep like Heathcliff keeps telling everyone about Catherine and they just forget again.
Yeah.
Retrace I might make recollections, yet I find it following a trail of odorless air, invisible and unreal. No, there was someone, but I can't... The representations of the Pinky and the Index's apprentices are missing. No, to be more precise, a merciless blade has shredded and reduced them to intangible formlessness. How refreshing to hear that same impression from someone else rather than myself for once.
I feel so bad for both of them. Like, I feel like neither of them really.
They didn't deserve that. Not really.
Sora got sacrifice because he's like, yay, the plan's coming to fruition. And the other guy is like, it's my duty or something, and then exploded.
It's more like, I mean, his duty is, and he felt loyalty to Araya, who was dying but hadn't died yet. So he stayed and tried to fight, but then got. He got got.
As it seemed that I was the only one who remembered the two apprentices, I retraced back to our first meeting and briefly shared what I knew about Sora.
Huh? She doesn't sound like a very forgettable character.
Well, the Aryashi cut her into ribbons. That would explain why it feels as though I'm recalling a sequence of events with a critical part missing in between.
I can almost imagine her giggling to herself like a creepy loner, and she probably wears glasses too, right? Like one of those gloomy introverts from anime? I see. So that's why it feels like I'm tearing through each strand of a weave.
Ryoshu?
Let's say the world's made of strings or threads, Clock. With every slash, this blade would be cutting through the flows of strands that twine to compose one's existence. When an object is severed forever beyond repair, you'd think neither trace nor shape would be left of it. But now you've pieced some of it together, and it's almost...
Instead of elaborating further, Ryoshu fell silent again, save for the sounds of the tip of her cigarette turning to ash, like she was recalling another incomplete... I guess she's trying to avoid over speculating what she doesn't know for sure.
Damn, that totally breaks the meta. I had a vague idea of how it works, but this is the first time I'm hearing the deets. Papa had to go through 4 ramp-up stages and move seals to, like, even make full use of his sword. Honestly, yours needs a trade-off. Your sword totally power creeps Papa's. T-ho? There's plenty already. Oh, so true. I guess slicing away your memories is one hell of a trade-off. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm guessing you have anything to contribute for this corridor?
I've got one. I don't know where it leads, but the index guy used it all the time.
Hopefully it doesn't drop us in an army of indexes.
TPU. They rarely gather in big groups.
She said that's pretty unlikely. Ow, what's that for, Ryoshu? Wait, you just hit me with that sword handle?
Huh? I didn't do anything.
The swords of match is being translated for.
Yup.
But I saw Ryoshu's scabbard, Araya, suddenly jerking to the side, prodding Sinclair was annoyed by something.
I won't STS. I'll SYLC until you can barely walk.
I swear, this isn't a slander or whatever. Look, you poked me so hard off the mark of my arm. Here! Oh, I don't read too much to it, but Scout was rattling like it was irritated by something.
Stop interpreting for her! This is why she won't stop making up these nonsense acronyms. He's making it worse. I gotta stop him from translating for her somehow.
Araya? Wait, that voice just now, it sounded a lot like Araya's. Dante, you saw it too, right? No, she didn't do anything. Wait, really? It really wasn't her? Nope.
Then it's decided.
To be fair to Sinclair, no one else but I saw in full detail how the scabbard came to be. Which means that he could imagine his wildest dream that the scabbard poked him of its own volition. Doesn't seem like any of the sinners heard that voice either. Didn't they say the scabbard's alive? Like, they said the sword's not. Didn't they say the scabbard was? Or am I misremembering?
Yeah, they said the scabbard had a kind of
like pseudo-ego or
ego
something.
to it. Like, it is ego, but it is also will. It's Araya. Araya's the scabbard.
I know that, but like...
Yeah. Well, all they know is that it has... there's something to it.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys bully him a lot, huh?
And then he turns into a fucking doomslayer.
Well, the lad's been long overdue for a little smack upside his noggin.
We shouldn't decide. Let's not keep Alan waiting. Kira directed us toward an almost disturbingly normal wooden door, so featureless that I could have mistaken it for any of the dozens of doors we walked past in other nests. We were greeted by a whiff of stale, musty air the moment we walked through the door. I think this leads to a basement. Look, there's a dead guy! Some random fucking doomsday prepper room. The cans of tomato.
Tomato room.
Tomatolin.
The prison tomato soup.
And emerge what appeared to be an almost dungeon-like basement area.
Whenever the masked unk's beeper rang, he'd walk through this door. So, who are they?
Oh,
The
hey.
index.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Signs of life. There were people living down here until just a few hours ago. Why are you here, paper slips?
We were only executing the prescript.
I've had it with these prescripts. At least yours don't make annoying beeps.
The basement was stocked up with shelf-stable and non-perishable foods. And the cells were all completely empty, save for what looked like a makeshift bathroom in each room.
It is likely that this dungeon was used to imprison individuals of varying features that may be required to complete a peace script.
The prescripts are weird, if, like, that's an option. We just have a prisoner full of guys, people who meet random, like, feature details so we can use them for the prescripts. I don't know.
Stab someone with brown hair 14 times.
I don't
Let me
know.
hit the
I feel
prison.
like they should be a little bit more specific. Or, you know,
Sometimes they are.
more on the, like, the person than stab a man in a beanie.
Seriously? This room seems to have been used for something worse than simple incarceration. Among Faust's conjectures is that the captives were conditioned in body and mind in various ways to match the prescript's liking.
Sounds like the guy who does a crazy rest of them.
Wait, that staircase right there leads up. Let's check out what's... Freaking annoying, man. What the heck are you doing?
You cannot enter through this door.
Oh, I see. Another griefer body blocking in the doorway.
Move. I need to see something.
The will of the prescript forbids you. You cannot enter through this door. What do we do? We're forcing a way in there. They seem pretty adamant about not letting us in. I'd prefer if we stayed as far as possible from anything that has to do with the gods. I mean, prescripts. But nothing's basement gives me any indications of where this door connects to. Otis is right. We're gonna have to get upstairs somehow if we want to get an idea of where this door leads.
I've friends in using this basement, then. I'd like to see what's upstairs.
Honestly, learning this door connects to some basement is more than enough intel to cross it off the list. Still, it's anything to do with Ryoshu's memories. Alright, that's for sure. Execute your command, executive manager. The will of the prescript is absolute. Is it, though?
Is it, though?
What a thing to say right before you murder a zealot.
마음 둘 번.
The will
I
of
don't think I believe in your god.
The will of God is absolute! Pulls out gun. Is it though? Bang!
뱀으로 꿰뚫어라. 저 해충들을 도려내. 쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Gregor, you get it be used again! Because I forgot to take you out. Isn't that amazing?
병력을
I'm so happy you're here.
불가피하다면 스스를 세우는 것이 자선이다.
Nice. Heathcliff. Very nice.
아이씨 짜증나게.
I enjoy these missions that we get like a little other person. I enjoy them.
Oh yeah, the assist units.
물론 꺾어제 쳐라. 나 참.
I appreciate that our assist units have also been getting more useful as time goes on. We've come a long way from Kanto 7 Basic Mission Shichin.
I don't know why she got to do like the Ultra Skill 3, but okay.
자가당차기로다. 흔치 않은 기회니
자,
이 팀의 승기를
어느
붙이겠구나.
쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
Oh, my catnip balls about my cats around. I'm gonna throw one, and then my cats are gonna go insane. I don't give a catnip.
큰 흐름을 뒤집은 건 아니나
자,
좋은
어쩌겠지
움직임이군.
잘 생각해보라고. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
No horse.
짜증나게.
Ah.
차.
It will always be entertaining to me whenever he loses a clash and only takes like 12 damage.
안 남았어도 이 정도쯤은 브레이크 슬램.
골치 아픈
Is there
것들이
a reason
고기
you
조각이
reason
되었군요,
that, like,
단테.
I don't have a
나쁘지 않은 성과입니다.
You just gotta use it twice? Okay. Wait, it's a thermal blade skill, you don't... No. Whatever.
Is it like her defense skill?
Does it? That'd be... Doesn't say it does.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess she just got lucky and used it twice in a row. I didn't start this. I quickly run downstairs to my package.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
Never mind, it's in the parcel locker.
수에선 벗어났나?
No funny catnip on stream.
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자, 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
Ryoshu.
지 목을 떨궈주마.
차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
Oh no, it's they gave it to my roommate. Who's in the crush?
거창을 새겨주지.
대성공이야. 다른
Oh, one thanks, Cracker. Oh,
낫도 반갑지.
man, you're so fucking useless, my team, man. What would we do without you?
Shut the hell up! He has a debuff. It's not his fault he's doing one.
알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱
불가
좋겠어.
위야.
4번 주감자.
막아내지 못하리.
차.
무타법을 이제야 좀 이해했다.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬램.
야호,
저것들
이기는 편,
전부
우리
녹여서
편.
썰어버려도 상관없지?
Yo,
일기당천.
차. 차.
okay, catnip quiet.
낫도 반갑지.
그래,
숨이 타도록
딱 반쯤 죽여버렸고. 13조 이항의
Kill him.
말이었는데 그게 제격이지.
So how was your folks' July?
깨우치시게. 고언 올.
Fine for the most part. Mostly hung out with
하지만
Lily.
슬슬 몰리는군.
Nice,
Watched some shows.
nice.
근처에 융수염이라는 군 거를 파는 곳 있나?
Oh, right. What's up there?
Was I Rian?
I don't think has he spoken yet?
Oh, for sure. I don't think he's spoken yet. You may speak to me casually, Araya, but in the presence of other apprentices, perhaps you should find it preferable to mimic the tone of the Dihui star.
It's not like I wanted to be Dihui Star. Just let me do whatever I want while I'm here.
Certainly. You have a point.
So what's there? Up the stairs.
I'm not sure myself. I've never been upstairs.
Aren't you even a little curious?
Why bother peeling back the heavens to see what is beyond? Those wanting of yearning needn't raise their heads skyward. Am I seeing Aya's memories?
Clock, what did you see?
I'm not sure, but now I've got another reason to check what's upstairs.
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군. 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
Into the oblivion in silence.
어디서 뱀 기어가는 소리 들리지 않아?
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
마음 둘 안.
It's always like kind of jarring when
지금 내킬 때마다 잘해줬지.
attack and hit a center. There you go. It's always jarring when like there isn't an hour of dialogue
거긴
before the fight.
킬존이다.
We actually get a shorter mission.
이를 보내다. 저 해충들을 도려내. 몸소 보여주지.
불가피하다면 술책을 세우는 것이 자산이다.
창의적인 발상이군. 그래도 가급적 전투 중에 떠올리진 않았으면 좋겠는데.
Fucking people giving me shit for attacking or thing the resistance to.
Why
Like,
didn't he use Carve the Path of the Lord there? Shouldn't he have done one of the team-up attacks?
브레이크 슬랩!
yeah, probably.
But no, wait, hold on. Was it not a team-up attack? Because the other one is like a 3-coin bonus stamp to clean the garden or whatever it's called. I have no idea what's happening there.
강단
시비수에게
목숨줄만 붙어있고
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자.
곧 끝장날 수 있을 것 같은데 소감자들로 효율적인 마무리를
목을 떨고 싶지요.
Oh, yeah.
낮도 밤도 지워. 숨이 닿도록 베어낼 뿐.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
괜찮네. 일어나. 아직 11번을 죽어야 한다고.
사람을 단축하니 보기 좋아지지 않았나?
지 목을 떨고 주마. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수 없겠구나.
이제 신 수에선 벗어났나? 베어낼 수.
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하긴 하고 이제
That's a lot of.
도통 알아들을 수 없는
Get him, Malphus!
말투만 곳이
Yeah!
좋겠어. 4번 수감자
아이씨,
Let's out.
짜증나게.
거창을 새겨주지. 그래. 이 정도 이벤트는 보여줘야지.
God, I need so many XP tickets if I want to do the funny middle team and it just be for the funny hee hee ha ha animation.
Yep. XP tickets are the big bottleneck.
Apparently, yeah. I mean, you know, if you want to.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
You don't care? There you go.
이 안정감 있고 부드럽게 잡히는 푹신
그려낸
최상. 이런 푹신한 날엔 안 풀리는 일이 없지.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
이제 틀렸다.
쟤네 좀 봐.
그래,
속이
좀.
매스꺼워 보여.
내가 왔다.
Get him! Get him!
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
의식 불명. 좋아, 한 줄 지워주지.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 그래, 딱 반쯤 죽여버려. 13조 2항에 맞추려면 그게 체격이지.
옳다.
한 놈의 죽음으로
그래.
끝내긴 죄가 너무.
내가 왔다.
저기 벌벌 떨고 있는 나머지 녀석들도 처형한다.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
Ow! Power part 2!
Bow!
That's a lot, you did a lot of damage. Granted, I think they were both staggered, but that was a lot of damage.
고, on, 올. 하지만 슬슬
He's one of the stronger
물리는군.
ratio. Kind of a letdown when they were body blocking the door, like there was some big secret behind it.
Right? Looks like just any other average family up.
Oh man, I get cleaning up's a chore, but people should at least dust their home once in a while.
A thick layer of dust covering every surface, and the blotchy wallpaper made it clear that no one's been living here for a good while. Whichever family lived here must have had a child. Look, they're drawings, and dolls too. Oh, it seems like this place has been abandoned for quite a long time. Could something bad have happened in here?
Yeah, something must have happened in here that caused the family to flee, and they never got to return. There lots of evidence suggesting that. The open door, the single shoe just lying around.
So, someone fled from home for some reason, never to return. I don't know, it's kind of narrowed down the cause. It really could have been anything. Are you searching for something in particular, ryoshu?
Yes, but it doesn't seem to be here. Every framed photo is singed beyond recognition, and whatever documents there were have been torn to shreds. Kinda like my memories. So this wasn't where he escaped to, huh?
The index nurse father, Rien. Last time we saw him, he fled the house via the corridor after suffering a severe wound at Ryoshu's hand. If by some miracle he survived, there's a chance he'd come after Ryoshu again. But our last encounter led me to believe that was the last time Ryoshu would ever see him.
This is... I thought that was Dante for some reason.
No. Color, maybe? Similar shade of red? Do you recognize this drawing? I found myself hoping to see Ryoshu piece together another memory. You've been recalling new details all day whenever something caught her attention. Sadly, she responded by softly shaking her head.
No. I don't.
Fucking big ass chop sounds. Sangria!
앞에
Oh no,
치워라.
the pharmacists!
더 죽일 게 안 남아서 헛김에 죽여버려. 왕의 행진이다.
The Heisho talk, or at least some of them talk so fucking much on their windscreens.
Yup.
After leaving Rienne's quarters, we explored the Index's corridor for a while, but didn't find anything that could help piece Ryoshu's memories back together. Great work, now that leaves just the Pinky Eater's father's corridor. But that room didn't have any back doors to explore. There were countless more in the adjacent corridor, but our guideline makes it a bit difficult to delve into each and every one of them right away. Which means that our work here is done. Thank you for your assistance, Dante. Okay. How do we get out?
Dante replies that they're happy to have been of assistance.
Well then, it's been a pleasure. After a brief round of handshakes, Alan returned to the forward base. Probably should have done the same, but... Want to take a look around here anyway?
Sure.
As we had more business here than simply checking the corridors, we decided to stay a little longer and investigate the Pinky's corridor. The Pinky Nurse Father's room had a peculiar structure. Each door we opened led to a room identical in shape to the previous one. And even though I certainly traversed through quite a few rooms, we somehow found ourselves back at the starting point. There's some small design differences between each room that help to tell them apart, but it's difficult to tell which is which unless we look really hard at every detail. Where are we now?
The kitchen?
Huh? How do you know that?
I've been here before. Someone ghosted me after promising to watch Fixer clips together, so I thought I'd come visit. Someone y'all have met too, I think. It was...
Must be another one who's severed by the... Severed by the Ariashiki.
Damn. You might be right.
His name was Ren, the Pinky Apprentice. I TikToked, but no one here really seemed to have anything to say to that. I suppose it only makes sense, after all. His existence registered to no one here but me. So, when you said back in K-Corp that you'd cooked before, you're talking about this, huh?
Yep. You should perform these intense culinary artistry here.
Your scabbard shaking.
The reviews were glowing. One of them was YUM, meaning, yeah, unbelievably mouthwatering.
Scabbard, Araya, was definitely shaking from side to side in a valiant effort to deny Ryoshu's claim. Must have been pretty damn bad, huh? I have an hard time believing it, if you ask me. What did you usually make?
Box lunch. Box lunch that kids might bring to grade school. With sausages cut like octopuses and tamagoyaki.
A bit simple to be intense culinary artistry, don't you think?
I have. Didn't you know? There's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry.
So I want octopus sausages, tamagoyaki, and...
Why are we making sausages out of an octopus?
No, I mean sausages like cut octopuses.
And why are we cutting sausages into octopus shapes?
Because it's adorbs, that's why.
Something like this.
What's that?
Name!
Sausage carved into an octopus shape. Didn't miss a single suction cup.
Come on, I mean like a real-life octopus. It's gotta be adorbs, Kay?
Isn't all the SD once it goes down the gullet? Why is this so important?
That is a fucking saw!
Sawtooth rose patterned knife.
But, Mommy, there's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry.
IDU.
Huh? You're doing your weird acronyms again, aren't you?
It means I don't understand.
That's when you say IDK, Mom. SMH.
These must be some of the happiest memories Ryoshu and Araya shared. Sinners, me, and Araya, even as a scabbard, could imagine or recall them in full. But for Ryoshu, the most important part of his memories remained sliced away. Still, we continue to piece more and more of our memories together by going over these places. You want to check out what's upstairs too? As soon as I asked, however, the sinner's footsteps came to a simultaneous stop.
Wait.
Hang on, Crooked. Don't open the door just yet.
I looked back and found Kira and Heathcliff poised to fight, hands on their weapons. This way, manager. And Merceau, who does what that indicated, yanked me to the back of the line. And in mere moments...
So, there was someone guiding those whelps. Figured they'd send more than fodder to the House of Spiders. Stinks of wet dog.
Claws of a massive paw slashed through where we had just been standing. Hey, where are you? Wolf mask?
Do you want me to take them, or do you want to take them?
Which would you prefer?
Maybe you.
It really is, as Maestro Emile Benoit said, this place is already occupied. Be so kind as to help me with directions. Is this where Master Callisto's art is located? The question came from a woman who appeared from one of the doors that led to a different corridor. She was wearing a wolf mask. Unlike the Falvis we had encountered thus far, she seemed to make it a point to speak and act with decorum. But the subtle hint of violence in her voice quickly betrayed this air of faux civility.
Sure you're at the right address, lady? Robounk's stuff ain't in this part of the house. Find a different corridor.
Yes, I am aware. But I'm not here to look for his creations, which are easily mistaken for mass-produced garbage. I could feel her intense gaze even though her face was obscured by the mask, and there was no doubt that her eyes were bearing down Ryoshu. Suddenly, I was reminded of what Rien said moments before he fled through the corridor. We let them observe us too freely. What is that? The Falvis got to confirm a lot of important intel, including the fact that the House of Spiders has fallen, and that Ryoshu currently has possession of the Ryashiki. They want Ryoshu for themselves, whether she's completed or not. Ryoshu as she is now.
Isn't that intriguing for once?
My name is Rufus. Yoshihide, the blade coveted by the five fingers, Master Callisto's final and posthumous masterpiece. As a docent of Falvism, please allow me to the honor of escorting you to our gallery.
Do I want to? Don't see the point in hanging out with people in those unaesthetic AM.
As expected, Ryoshu declined Rufus' request with a curt reply, and Araya, too, rattled angrily at the docent's general direction. The general direction. Then, I'm afraid my only remaining options rely on our usual method of ushering. How are our odds?
I don't know, she's probably tougher than me at my maxed out stats.
Really?
The shape of her ring suggests that she is a docent of the School of Falvism. Her position is comparable to that of a capo of the thumb or a big sibling of the middle. Verily, that maketh her a foe that may even surpass Ricardo's might, or, with a stroke of ill fortune, even Lei Hang.
Doubt she's anywhere near as strong as Lei Hang. Our chances are HOHOM.
Half or more? I like those odds.
Half of half or more.
Dude, really?
Outmoded. Has-been. Why seek out the art of a has-been after all this time?
It was a decision met with much confusion from the outset. To entrust such a momentous project in the hands of one such as Callisto, why everyone agrees that it is no less foolish than casting a pearl before swine. And they were quite on point of that assessment. His oeuvre, recovered from the house, were more tools than art, the sort that the likes of workshop meisters might assemble. No self-respecting maestro would create such mundanities and call them art. Now I must ask for your forgiveness for presuming that you will be noted for the rest of his work. But what I observed about this room completely changed my perspective. The scorched corridor, the verity which you scarred the walls and the floor, as though a frenzied beast had torn through them. There was but one tool that could possibly have left such marks behind.
At least you've got a passable eye for art.
Yoshihide, I ask you, have you ever considered pursuing art of a further elevated beauty? It will be an experience that departs from the dilapidated remnant that dubbed itself corporism, a movement so constrained by its obsession over the human corpus that once it had depleted all meaning it had to offer, it began piling on empty definitions onto itself. Falvism is a movement that has broken from the traditional mode, unfettered like a beast that roams free. We dare ourselves— What are we going on? We dare ourselves to ask questions that challenge the mind. What is man? What are things? What does it mean to trace the origin? How do we define that which we call l'œuvre? These are the subject matters that we have led us Favs into the field of fertile creativity. Should you, a wielder of that relic, enter the fold of our movement, it will layer your work with such an unrelenting spectrum of colors that will be destined to leave an unforgettable impression in the annals of history. In other words, what we can offer you will be of much greater worth than what you may have learned from a teacher like Callisto.
Never considered him my teacher. Not a real one, anyway. Finding beauty among the carnage of blood and flesh is a lesson I learned on my own. And yes, I know enough about your movement. Maybe I considered some of the works created by your school acceptable, at least among the rings art. Or not. I can't remember.
Then, will you?
But I don't know. I don't know what makes your art more elevated than the one I pursue.
The one you pursue?
Didn't the sight you claim to have seen clue you in?
Oh, it did. I do understand. Your art may appear to be no more than unchecked chaos at a glance, but upon closer observation it reveals a fierce, dominant force that threads the entire scene together with its keenness as the connecting suture. Your blade work, too, shows such multi-layeredness. Mere keenness often entails mundanity, yet you have transcended such a limit by scorching the tail end of each slash. Truly, a unique aesthetic sense. I believe I sufficiently understood the full extent of the artistic merit imbued in that scene.
No, you didn't. Lesser painters like you are such mediocrities that they fail to recognize the beauty that lies in the grotesque. They do little beyond painting the hell reflected in their eyes and call that shallowness hell's beauty. The sorrow condensed into a decry held in an instant, wrath unbound from the yoke of reason, the fading gleam of despair in the hewn. You give no thought to what each of those emotions signifies, instead obsessing over the cursory qualities of what is beheld. Let me teach you otherwise. Pay attention, because I won't afford you another long-winded lesson.
Ryoshu ready to scatter.
Pointillists, falvists, suprematists, blaureuters, cubists. I visited my share of the Rings galleries, heard their commentaries. But none of them were to my liking. Your art is an overcomplicated pile of definitions buried under symbols caked in patchworks of empty shells. You and your art both talk too damn much. Just like Callisto's, kept trying to take from other movements, forcing meaning where there was none. Excess is easy. Anyone can do it. What's beyond most is making it succinct. The art of abbreviation.
Why? Alas, if all is one by one abbreviated away, nothing remains in its absence, making the void left behind completely bereft of meaning.
No, the void is what remains. And it holds things that can't be found anywhere else.
What is this? A minimalist manifesto?
No, my aesthetics go beyond the pursuit of simplicity. I pursue the natural germination of artistic immaculacy, a state of perfection where an abbreviation is an impossibility. Sangria.
A bit abstract, isn't it? Too removed, too plain. With a distinct lack of any meaningful, striking qualities. What exactly is it that elevates your art above that of Fauvism?
Painters are the stubborn sort that mere words can't convince.
Indeed, there's no discipline more subjective than that of art. What?
Oh, no.
Okay. Discourse concerning its nature may extend for days on end, but it will not change the fact that unseen arts are meaningless, pretentious illusions at the end of the day.
Then I suppose I'll have to carve it right into your eyes.
Please do, though I'm afraid it may be overshadowed by the sheer vibrancy of my aesthetic. I, a docent of Le Fauvisme, shall personally welcome you to my critique session.
적들이 뭔가 기분이 좋아 보이는 것 같아. 다른 기분 나빠.
You probably do some shit. +1 for every 6 bleeding and sinking. Inflict the ball color. Sinking. Potency. The status protection as a boss. Hello, Ms. Liz. How you doing? They can form levels. Okay, so kill the ads, obviously. Immediately before getting hit, skill has one attack away if there's an ally to the ring. Have said unit take the attack instead. Who comes from it? Okay. Interesting. Ah, okay. So she sends in progressively terrible ads.
Yeah, the lies get worse and easier to take out as you take more out.
Mm-hmm. Man, we have the bosses. It's just like, yep, we got paragraphs.
Yeah.
We wrote an essay for every single passive. Don't let the ads survive. Got it. Okay. Wait. She's attacking. Do you win that clash? Otis, come here. You do win that. Fantastic. Okay.
일기당체.
Fuck! Well, thank you, fucking base 10.
저 해충들을 도려내.
That could have been bad.
몸소
How you doing, Ms. Liz?
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이야.
Haven't seen you in a little bit. Oh! Thank you about fast. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do remember, like, getting this battle in the mirror dungeon and not want to read anything, you know, so I'm not prepared when you got to hear the actual thing, and saying like, I have a lot of these debuffs on me, it's probably bad.
I'm not flashing nearly as well as I used to.
마음 둘 안. 아비들도 매번 이런 식이었다. 지금 내킬 때만 잘해줘.
Takes it, Otis. Like, Otis really like has it out for. Dominating. Dominating. See that? Back on there. Oh, dominating.
시비수에게 명한다. 이
Okay,
앞에 숨쉬는 자
okay, it works out.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Kill him.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
하나 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 좋아, 이번에는 제대로 들어갔군.
You scared me there, Ogler.
What?
You scared me a little bit there with the first class getting no coin flips.
You have to believe in your sinners.
I can still be scared. You have no one to blame for you but yourself. Bow! Bow! Bow!
저기 술에 취한 한량처럼
Ah,
허둥거리니 승기를 세운다면 지금이겠구나.
Target fixed, so the auto resolve really does not like that, I see. Clash with counters, clash with counters, clash with counters. Okay, this. Cross it off! This one is against fucking. That's unfortunate. Because this is, yeah. And at least, yeah, has a decent chance. The Hongler. Does that say as a... It becomes a favorite.
Yeah, and she'll lose some SP from the other classes.
That's probably fine. I mean, this also is also fine. She gets Strider, which doesn't have Strider yet, so... And this probably wins.
Probably.
그래. 내가 왔다.
Ow.
아이, 짜증나게.
Oh yeah, the takes the single target or what the fuck. I always just love the bow. That's really the boss. Just win.
Simply victory.
Very helpful. I mean, if you kill him, all right. Okay, I take back the sass.
놈의 죽음으로 끝내기엔 죄가 너무.
Totally badass ass kicking.
저기 벌벌 떨고 있는 나머지 녀석들도 쳐야 한다.
You're going for that one. That's Otis. Otis, do you like? Well, probably. Much better. What's about doing? You know, this is only Blink stuff. Let's get our good old command meltdown.
Yeah, the classic.
The classic. Command meltdown is so good with like the fucking like all Heisho team because they generate the resources for it very easily.
희망과 미래를 찾아.
Like the only resource like they're not great at is like dark blue because it's only like Faust and
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
그래. 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하군요.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬랩!
큰 흐름을 뒤집은 건 아니나 좋은
You
움직임이로군.
didn't get a friend. You're just being hit. Okay. Same speed. I see. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, drug. One person going out, that will kill him, and everybody else is just kind of going. Looks decent. You get him?
불가 위야. 막아내지.
Frankly, I don't care if what's her face gets hit.
Not the most pressing concern.
전투 감각
I don't care. Especially not like the small amount of damage a guy's gonna do. I don't
정작 이
care.
정도 탕류의 허덕이나
알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어.
아이씨,
전투 감각
짜증나게.
이제
오, 제 행위. 그렇다면 못 산다.
So is this where we do like the entire battle, and then Rufio's like, "Okay, I'm done holding back," and then back like every other time so far. Every other time, I'm absolutely dominating someone who's supposed to be strong.
칼음도 깜짝.
Curse you, Winry!
No.
Yo, why doesn't it just do it correctly? Yep. Unfortunate that's there, but targeting and unfortunate timing to have like so many only skill ones.
You could just defend skill. It does make it do less damage.
But I want to win.
If anyone has Palette Vibrant, they need to be using the defense skill. But if no one has it, then I guess it's not a problem.
Don't think anyone has power. I don't
피로
see it
다스리시.
on anybody anyway.
불길한 소리. 예감이 좋지 않다.
Yeah.
경계를 늦추지 말도록.
Anyway.
거긴 킬존이다.
Alright, well. Summon the more ads!
짜증나게.
Get out of it.
이 수많은 소원들 중 그대가 이루고 싶은 소원은 무엇인가?
Where you go?
바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오? 이런 그새
Bunch of
정신을
ads. Very
형제의
inventive.
원한이다. 정부에 추가해두고 조만간
Who
갚아주지.
are you targeting? Target that guy. Hongler, stop that.
Faust will assist against it, trust.
I mean, you will. Oh, you're slow, that's why you're not stopping it. Faust assist, let's go.
일기당천.
Wow, that is... Alright, good job. That was very high, possible final
아이씨,
flash.
짜증나게.
훌륭하군요. 이제
아이.
깨지시길.
Bye bye.
자포자비라.
Bye.
예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
I really wish, like, the announcers had, like, a special voice line if their ID did something.
저 해충들을 도려내라.
Like, I mean, funny what? Hey, I know that move!
깨지시길.
Oh, another one bites the Faust.
반쯤
Hey, Faust?
죽여버려. 13조 2항에 맞추려면
Assist defense is an amazing ability. Thank you.
Her third skill 3 of this
Thank you,
turn.
Faust, for your third skill 3 this turn. Thank you. You can just kill another one. Thank you, Faust. That's 3.
무파법을
Thank you.
이제야 좀 이해했고.
What are you? You can have that one. Again, dude, he's right. Yeah. Which one's that one?
Or the normal guy. The guy on the right there. And then Otis can take the one that Don Quixote can't win.
Yeah.
Stomps.
Oh, I mean, I always like take a glance if anyone's like marked and check it. Yeah. And then you just give a little book.
불가 위야. 나가내지 못하리.
그럼 끝이다.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
배웠어.
Time for some ass kicking.
Time to be staggered. The fucking slow-mo. Aww.
Here we go.
Here we go.
역시 모가지를 분질러야 조용해지는군. 저 도야지 같은 새끼들.
I forget if there was one that I didn't see in the passives. I don't think this one was there. Gain a lot of protection. Alright. Gain 1 defense level each time the student's hit by a skill coin. 20 per turn. Okay. On clash, lose. Use burst for permanent pulsing poison in your skin. Okay. Me? Is that one of these bad boys? I misread that. One does not simply awaken the power of one's inner furry by donning a beastly mask. I misread that.
I would believe it if that was the actual text.
You guys are injecting paint into your body? That just seems unsanitary.
It's a pinky thing.
Right,
I mean, not pinky.
This is a lot of struggles. You do have a... That's not offensive. As you do.
As one does.
As one does. I mean, so that's what, 45 to 4. Ah, I see. Yes, that will just be a coin off. What's this one at?
Possible.
Better.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
I did enjoy the mirror dungeon run I had where Hongwu got rid of. He only had skill 3. No skill 1 to skill 2.
I love the oops all skill 3 skill
맛볼
4.
시간이다.
방금의 공격 혹시 그 자체였다.
저 루신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
무얼 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
I should have checked. Is that the same lance that Dawn used at the beginning of the game?
반드시 되찾을 거다.
For which one?
For her ego attack.
Beginning of the game meaning...
The first canto, like, because like Heathcliff's ego, like at least the dialogue changed, didn't it? When he got through his canto.
Oh, the lance is the same. She's always had the Santo lance, but the line is different.
Okay, I vaguely remember it being like an actual last before Santo last. Good.
No, that's just her base ID.
Okay, I can just easily just remember. What's that question at? What, 45 to 31? So, like, if I get the coin,
as long as you roll heads.
Yeah, as long as I roll heads, I win. Man, as long as I don't roll a nat 1, I win. How many times have you heard that in D&D? My boy is gonna die to fucking unbrockables. Unless saved by the fucking... How many of these do I get? One, I'd be low on dark. But I mean, I'm getting dark. It's fine. I gotta save my boy! Don't let him die, dumb wreckables!
가득한 야정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
See, look at that heel! He's good! He was at 20. He would have been dead.
낫도 강도 지워 숨이 닿도록 배운.
Here we go.
Horseman go!
넘고 셋 넘고 무수히 넘고 얼마든지 꺾고 제쳐라.
Ow.
4 damage.
4 damage to my horse boy guy.
꿈을 닿을 때까지 몇 번이나.
Such a cool animation to do nothing. Ow.
카론, 기다리는 건 못해. 1초만
뚫어보이겠어.
기다려줄게.
Let me read that. That was a lot. Kratos gets to have how it skills on trigger defense skills to clash with guard, clash with skill regardless of speed, on use. Final power plus 1 for building effect on target max 6. It's probably not good. 6. Okay, don't let Bronte do it. I think basically everybody has it. I'll have it do minus 90% damage instead. Okay. Okay, so who doesn't have Vibrant? Faust?
불길한 소리. 예감이 좋지 않다.
Otis?
경계를 늦추지 말도록.
Oh boy.
어때? 푸신푸신해 보이지?
And
한화
Shaw.
휴재 개인의 골목.
No, okay, no. So it's probably gonna be a Faust. Hey.
Oh, this clears. Did I say Otis? I meant Command Meltdown. But the pellet for bronze people should still equip defense skills.
But I'll lose my boy.
Dawn.
Doesn't have it. Dawn does have it. And What? She's gonna fucking like fail the first coin flip and lose. Bye, Ongler. I could do the funny stab himself move so he survives.
I'm jumping back.
그려낸 대로
He'll come back for like a while. Yep. I saw the not flipping on her when she was.
멈추지 않는 시대에서
Scare.
희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
모든 것에 견뎠어.
이 기회에
Very
별의
rude, just so you know.
실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테.
Dante.
하던 대로 해보십시오.
Oh, you're too slow. Very good. mean, 15 SP. I mean, that's probably fine, honestly.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리죠.
Oh, Ishmael.
이상한 목숨
You gotta do your funny movement because it's so late or something.
불끈한 지원일 뿐.
이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
친히 목을 떨궈 주마.
Big damage.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬램.
Big damage. Unfortunate. But he is the Yisong. Ah! He's still Yisong! You know, again, considering he lost a clash to, like, one of her stronger moves, like, only taking, like, 60. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's Birdman doing? Birdman took
to kill her.
Oh, that's why Birdman has a shitload of sinking. I see.
Of course, but yes.
Right now he's. He looks more
Oh, you
bird.
mean the ego.
Yeah, right now he's more bird.
Just win before it's a problem.
Yeah. You wanna clash that for me? No. What the other one? I don't know these targets. Well, you're targeting. You're doing most of those on not me, which is decent.
Won't be a problem because you'll win before it's an issue.
What was getting through? I'm doing a funny. No, okay, so I do one of these.
Before it's a problem.
Just go, where's the problem? Yeah.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
아이씨,
네.
짜증나게.
친히 목을 떨궈 주마.
All the damage my boy took from losing that clash was just the sinking.
Yep.
Thank you, Faust. Do that again. Awkward, I tell you what. Faust, save the day, please. Yeah, that's more what that should be.
무상한 목숨 불끈한 지원일 뿐.
Thank you, Faust. Save the day. Don't make me have to deal with that bullshit.
틈 끊어
Here
we go!
I mean, I think this. All he needs to do is 7 damage to her.
오랜만에 숨좀 쉬는
그들이 나를 방문합니다. 그들이 나의 역사는 기어이 흩어져 소멸해.
So I win.
하지만
Sinners are a resource to be
당신
spent.
탓을 할 순 없겠군요.
근처에 용수염이라는
설마
군 거를
알고
광고 있나?
맞게 하진 않았을 테니.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다.
And then the game
일을
goes.
다루시는 게
I'm done playing around.
내일은
And
더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
See? You're already looking much better with those superfluous animal parts removed.
you're serious about founding your own movement?
I already answered that.
But you'll need time. Under the Falvis wings, at least until you can fully cultivate your movement. Perhaps. I don't suppose words have any meaning now. The docent raised her giant arm as though to strike us in her final act of defiance. Then slammed it down upon the door we entered through instead. All I can do is buy time for. Mid-sentence, the docent suddenly went limp like a marionette whose strings are cut.
Dead.
Oh, we beat someone who's like at the level.
And here I thought at least her last words were going to be succinct. Ah, thus we are made foes with yet another finger, the ring.
It's not doom and gloom already, fellas. We beat an officer of the fingers all on our own for the first time, didn't we? I see this is a pretty definite win.
All on your own, huh?
Here, shut up. You.
Come on, bro, I was fighting my ass off out here. Her Gregor has a point. The outcome of this battle would not have changed by a significant margin even if you had not been here, Kira. This is more like it. Won't have to freak out about a mere BB anymore as long as we're with Clock.
Ha! Don't start congratulating yourselves for achieving the bare minimum. Those who celebrate over so small an occasion. Now, is she talking about how strong she was, or is she just brown-nosing? Or I guess her usual of downplaying anything the sinners do. Because Otis does, like, basically always downplays, like, any accomplishments. So is it that, or is it actually like, yeah, I could do this. Before all of this bullshit, this would not have been a problem.
Good question.
Well, I guess this isn't impressive at all. People used to be much stronger, like Otis or Don Quixote.
Prithee, speak not such folly, for the joy of my compatriots is mine own. Have you any inkling as to why she might have, in her final moments, elected to demolish the door?
Right, it's not like we have a shortage of doors in here. Are we really debating the logical thought process of someone who was 2 seconds away from dropping dead? Come on. That is a good question, but like also obviously she had a plan of some variety. But, you know, are we really gonna question what someone's thought process was who died a second later? Did I just leave this room? Ishmael walked up to the door we'd entered through and appeared from behind us.
Oh shit, where'd the exit go? Don't tell me the exit changes every time someone walks through it. No, can't be that easy. I am barred from enjoying the fresh air of the world outside. No longer free to travel the mountains and cliffs as my feet would carry me, as the other members of the Pinky are. I wish to no avail that I should be allowed to weave the delineations of wings and backstreets. Huh. So this is what she meant. The back door through which we traversed is a passage to the corridor of one called the Index Nurse Father. Cross the broken door we might, however, it avails us but a brief jaunt to the Pinky Nurse Father's azure corridor before it returns us to this room. Room's now locked in a loop without a starting point. Won't matter which door we open.
Is there anything we could do?
A rescue team will arrive in time. As this location adheres to the regular flow of time, unlike the warp trains, it'll be approximately between a week or 2 from the present before we can return.
That's pretty long. Well, the first problem is we're gonna have to deal with his food. As far as I'm aware, we should be good to go for at least 3 days. Thanks, Radio. So let's... I didn't bring any snacks. the utter confidence that Radio have enough snacks on her to last everybody like 3 days. Like we were about to walk in with the Elcorp Branch's dungeons, so... Yeah, makes sense. Looks like I have to give this room a thorough search then.
No need. If there's no exit, we cut open our own.
What about the part where it cuts into your memories too? Deal with that yet?
No, the sword, it still cleaves my memories with every slash. Don't know what memory it'll slice away this time, but it'll be something recent, or one I hold dear.
Oi, wait! Don't be so bloody rash about it!
Other than me, no one but Heathcliff still remembers the person he holds in the loving depths of his heart. Ever since the day of the Sepia Tempest, memory took on a special, precious meaning to Heathcliff. Heathcliff suddenly reached out and grabbed Ryoshu's arms. Though Ryoshu and Heathcliff's circumstances were undoubtedly different from each other, it was clear that Ryoshu's reckless attitude towards sacrificing her own memories triggered a sort of anxiety in Heathcliff.
What?
Didn't you hear? Them nerds will be here in a week or 2 to get us out. Why don't we just keep that sword nicely in that scabbard and wait it out?
The radio doesn't work. But if we went to the rooftop and entered one of those doors up there, there are thousands of them.
Out of the question. By doing so, we will be putting ourselves at a greater risk, that of casting ourselves into the endless maze that is the corridor. Okay, but we're dead meat if that brick wall of a maestro wanders right into this room. That wolf lady's last words, man, I'm seeing the flags. It's a hella risky move, yeah, but I think Yoshihide and her OP sword is our best bet.
Right, but what if we got lucky and they find us in a day or 2?
Quit freaking out, HC. It will only be forgotten, not lost. Well, good memories don't tend to last very long. It's been a fun excursion, Clock.
I looked toward the scabbard, expecting it to rattle violently as it did earlier, but it remained still. White blade soon revealed itself. It cuts across the wall where the door used to be. And naturally, as the Aryoshiki's blade cleaves through the wall, so does it Ryoshu's memories.
Aw, we were really getting somewhere.
The thin strands of Arya's image, which had just begun to coalesce, slowly unraveled and fell apart once again. Even so, Arya released the blade without hesitation.
But it's okay. We'll try again, so...
Conveying no resentment, no hatred, but a few words of consolation.
Don't feel too bad.
As her voice faded into the gentle dark of Yoshi's memories. Sage. Welcome back. Question. What exactly was the point of verifying every back door from the House of Spiders? Oh, hold on, didn't fill you in. Any information regarding these doors holds enormous value to us, not to mention the higher-ups requesting us to reorganize House of Spiders into base operations as soon as possible, even if we gotta rush our work a little. Only speculating here, but I'm quite convinced that they're preparing for conflict of sorts. These little pockets of absolute safety are extremely valuable during these operations, as you already know. Wait, stop right there. What conflict? What operation? Are you saying that your bosses are preparing for war or something? I just feel there's enough alarm in his voice, considering what he's saying. Preparing for what? Not even trying to hide anymore. Did I say something wrong?
Must you ask to know?
I thought everyone already knew. I mean, it's an open secret at this point. L Corp has already fallen. W Corp is sitting in the brink of collapse. You call us the aspirant W Corp. We call this company the aspirant L Corp, meaning we have a shared goal. But unlike the dead and gone L Corp, the current W Corp is still kicking, despite its rapid decline in recent years. And as we all know, the companies steady aren't worth much less than they get the military force back then, right? It's only natural that a business conflict would lead to a physical one as well. This is just a mere team leader speaking though, but who knows what the higher-ups in our companies are thinking. Either way, the suit goes on! Either way, much of a collaboration was hard today. This reflected pretty well on our performance metrics, and we didn't even suffer that many losses. I can safely say that you should expect a positive view from us regarding this collaboration. After saying our farewells to Alan, we returned to the forward base, and showed Hohenheim everything that's happened so far. Hohenheim and Faust both did not seem willing to discuss the subject of the looming conflict, so we instead decided to have Ryoshu's memories and sword re-examined.
Oi, Hohenheim, results out yet?
Not yet, Assistant. I clearly remember telling you 3 minutes ago that it would take about 20 more minutes. Have you forgotten already? He talks too much.
Ryoshu sounded irritated as she scolded Heathcliff, but I could sense a definite undercurrent of anxiety from the way she kept puffing her cigarettes to a sub at increasingly shorter intervals.
This room might be more smoke than oxygen at this point. Mind slowing down a tad, or practically fumigating the room with cigarette smoke.
Yes, so many of these.
And speed up, glasses. Gonna bounce as soon as I hear the results. Both of you need to learn to respect that things take time. Yes, time is indeed relative, but the fact that I've managed to complete an in-depth analysis of an item of such mystery in a single day is an incredibly fast turnaround, and therefore deserves your appreciation. I've been attempting to rein in the more self-indulgent part of myself of late, but I believe that this achievement deserves to be elaborated upon. It is an evident truth that such a result could not have been replicable had it not been for my genius brain. Go out into the hallways and grab any passing researcher and tell them about my incredible turnaround time, and you will hear them say, "Whoa, done already?" And to that, I will answer, STFU.
Evidently tired of two sinners alternating turns hounding him for results, Hohenheim seemed to speed up the analysis and managed to hit the finish line much earlier than 20 minutes. Oh,
Whoa, done already?
Yes, there are times when the test results are extracted earlier than the predicted time frame. Many of those instances are easily attributable to my genius at work. Then why aren't you saying anything? Give me the TR, now. You did tell me to shut the fuck up, so I am attempting to observe the exact merits of doing precisely that.
You think Yoshihide would ever use known acronyms straight? What if it's something like, sheesh, that's a full day, unwind after work, though?
And your verdict on her interpretation? That is exactly what I meant. She's better than MTL in some ways.
how she lies as she breathes. At the moment, I might have caught a glimpse of the scabbard rattling slightly atop the examination device, almost as though it were giggling.
Very well, I'll get right into it. First, the memory of the time she was complimented for her cooking has been erased.
Huh? That's it?
Hardly. Second, a name has been erased from her memory. Do you recall the name of the man who works with Manager Sod? Effie? I would have asked in the past tense had it been him to whom I was referring.
Glad Miss Sod wasn't here for that.
That kid. Right. I don't remember his name.
It's fine, he's a fucking loser. She forgot Pilot's name.
Among other miscellaneous deleted memories are 172 hours of Don Quixote's Tales of Adventure, and the types of food she fed to a seagull.
Man, she lost so much for one slice. 172 hours! That is so much!
Fie upon it! Dost thou say that the memories most precious to young Ryoshu and me have been thrown into utter destruction?
Look, Donkey, I'm not trying to be mean here, but that seems pretty acceptable, doesn't it? For the price of unsheathing a sword like that? If we're going by sheer volume, I wouldn't quite say its mileage is acceptable. It erased several days' worth of memories just for a single swing, didn't it? I mean, yeah, they kind of sound like inconsequential memories, don't they? Greg and Heath forget stuff all the time. How's this any different?
The seemingly inconsequential nature of these particular memories weren't achieved by sheer luck. In fact, it seems to have been impacted by the scabbard of the Arayashiki, or to be more precise, the power of Araya's ego. That's so.
Ryoshu looked down at the scabbard with an uncertain, hollow look in her eye. All that remains of Arya in Ryoshu's recollection is a blank space where the fragments of her existence used to be, severed and removed again.
While it takes a rather significant amount of time, the scabbard seems to be, yes, capable of selecting which of Ryoshu's memories are to be erased as a cost of using Arayashiki. Sounds like I should be grateful, then.
But Ryoshu regards the scabbard with a conflicted look, as though too proximate the outlines of the void she left.
Oh, so it's got like a cooldown timer? She can use it whenever, as long as she gives it time to select the trivial memories?
I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss them as trivial. The memory of the time when you were complimented for your cooking, it was quite a precious memory, wasn't it?
You performed an inverse calculation of the relic's cost.
Yes, according to our measurements, the sword seems to factor in the weight of each memory when calculating the cost of wielding it. It's become rather clear that it takes more than light memories to properly wield it. So, have her memories been restored?
As presumed, attempts to recall the erased being's existence have resulted in failure.
Dante pipes up. We were getting close, though.
That is quite discouraging.
But not all is lost. Simply by knowing that something used to be in that negative space, many things can still be reminisced upon. Like Ryoshu said, forgotten, but not lost.
Clock. You've just stepped foot into the world of Sangria.
She flashes the briefest of smiles, then scatters away for a plume of cigarette smoke.
Collecting the GB will restore it. What used to be here, in the pockets of void in my heart, my one and only.
Ryoshu's gaze traced the invisible, the unperceivable. 2 more days passes by. We didn't spend those days idling. We visited the sod and pilot in recovery, did a few odd jobs here and there, like helping suppress a distortion containment breach caused by a new LCE hire. But while those loose threads held up, we managed to finally, after so long, and he was going home again. Return to the bus. Bus, sweet bus. The chair could use a little more cushioning, but there's anything like it out there.
Damn, this is your ride? Hella badass.
I'm kind of really sad we didn't get more for the Ujet, or whatever the thing was. Like, they showed up, they have a really cool ID for Otis, but they just kind of got bodied in a cutscene.
Unfortunate sabotage.
Between the two individuals who are looking rather pleased at Kira's astonishment, Hohenheim squeezes through to warn us about some things to watch out for.
I asked Team Leader Alan to set the coordinates somewhere as close as possible to the nest. Keep driving through the door and it will bring you right to an empty spot on a highway. Don't hesitate or hit the brakes, because if by any chance there's a car driving behind you, it will crash into the bus.
So what are you two doing here on the bus? Decided to join the better team, did you?
I must admit to a certain degree of interest in hearing of your exploits, but to accompany you through them is an entirely different matter, isn't it? I'm only here to adjust your coordinates. Speaking of which, how did you manage to escape your confinement?
I told them I had to help you with some stuff, and they let me out after making me scribble over some docs.
I didn't read them. I just signed.
Solitary confinement's hella boring, so I thought I might get some air. Might as well say goodbye, too, while I'm out and about, right?
I see. You exploited the fact that the new hires don't have any grudges against you. I thought I told them to impress upon the new hires that prisoners are to be treated as exceptions to the... Ah, right. The person in charge of that training is currently checked into the long-term recovery ward. More problems stemming from the shortage of manpower. Powder? I'd best include this in the report.
Sounds like they're both for your CSGO.
Well then, time for a valediction, I suppose. Perhaps I've grown far too used to seeing your faces. Saying goodbye doesn't come out as easily as I expected it to.
Another day of reunion must await in the future. I would appreciate it if such a reunion had a low probability of occurring.
Well, I'm not very partial to mathematical statistics like the probability theory. I hope your prediction is dead right. Well then.
Hey, Yoshihide?
What?
I wouldn't say we're family exactly, but listen, there's a lot of stuff I want to say to you, and a lot of stuff I want to hear from you, okay? So, SYL. Did I do that right?
Acronymize it to L. And call me Ryoshu, not Yoshihide.
For the echoes of that name.
Round of goodbyes, the two disembarked from the bus and No sooner had the machinery clicked into place than the bus's wheels finally began to turn, bringing us closer and closer towards a blindingly radiant portal massive enough to engulf the bus whole. Well, off to our next destination, I guess. Oh, right. Where are we headed next?
Dante inquires about the next destination, Virgilius.
Oh, that's more like it. Been too bloody long since I heard that question.
Merceau just in the background going, fuck. Yeah, don't get too excited. One has an answer to that question ever less anywhere that's not downright bizarre. Virgilius gave me a faint, knowing smile, as though to confirm Ishmael's pessimistic remark, then delivered a comment that sounded too lighthearted for its gravity.
Downright bizarre, is it, Dante?
Well, let me say that it's high time we face such a sight. Our next destination is District 14.
In other words, Manager Dante, we are now en route to Endcorp.
Oh. So, we are going there after all. Endcorp. Many faces there I'd rather not see. As just as sinners voiced their various gripes and discontent with the Endcorp, Merceau, who probably had the most amount of history of the wing, simply flipped open his newspaper, like usual, and began reading with the same unchanging expression. As though for him, none of this changed anything.
Now departing. Vroom vroom.
With that, the bus resumed its journey to yet another town. Hey! Oh! Give me! Ah!
Here we go!
Oh, am I? Delicious. Delicious. Okay, well, do you want to start it now, or...?
What are you feeling? Because I can probably do some tomorrow as well, depending.
I can definitely keep going. Like, I start late tomorrow, so...
Yeah, let's knock out the start of this as well.
Okay. We're finally there, and then tomorrow we can continue this, and I will be caught up! Ah!
My god.
They said it couldn't be done!
Consultation session.
No, wait. For this one, we should go about it like... No, he flipped into the Vanguard for too long. I should pull him back and let him...
Dante.
No, sorry. Did you say something?
Provided you an answer to your question, but you exhibited no observable response. Is the Sinner's combat performance deteriorating beyond manageable parameters?
No, things aren't that bad, but it's just hard to focus on one conversation when I'm trying to support battles happening in completely different places at once. On top of that, Radio's shopping chatter's starting to get a little distracting. A few days after we entered Endcorp's district, bus pulled over in the back streets of Endcorp to take care of a distortion case. This contract was supposed to be handled jointly with the LCD team, but distortion suddenly started cropping up all over the area of back streets called Butter Street. Fucking Butter Street. Without any coherent pattern, no obvious point of origin or route of spread, nothing convenient like that, and I had no choice but to split the sinners into several groups and send them out. Otis, Ishmael, Sinclair, Don Quixote, Yisong, and Merceau were on their way to rendezvous with the LCD team. Heathcliff, Greg, and Honglu were suppressing distortions that showed up from other directions, and with our onboard stock scraped down to the bottom, Radia and Ryoshu were done with their share of the suppression work. We put in charge of buying supplies for the bus. As for Faust, she decided to stay behind with me on the bus. I want to get through the consultation sessions I'd been putting off, and thought I might as well get myself some much-needed practice with handling the new golden battle power I'd acquired.
To reiterate, there are no issues requiring special concern regarding Faust.
You say that, but...
It is true that Faust has, on several recent occasions, expressed dissatisfaction with a certain Faust. However, those instances should be classified as a mere personal grievance.
I mean, that's good if that's all there is to it, but... This was not the first time Faust had seemed unlike herself. There had been times before when she spent far longer alone than usual, lost in thought, moments when she could not produce immediate answers to questions from the other sinners or me. Could it be you can't access the Gesellschaft?
May I ask your basis for that inference?
Because you're acting like leading back the door. Just, what's your inference? You're saying I a lot more than Faust.
It appears there are there remain occasions on which you are still capable of surprising Faust, Dante.
So I was right! Maybe they are cut off from the gesture shaft.
That was not intended as a confirmation of your conjecture.
Maybe she's saying that while she can technically access the gesture shaft, it may as well be that she can't. I wish I could ask more and get to the bottom of it, but the way she was sidestepping the subject told me that prying wouldn't give me any further insight. Right. I won't press if you don't want to talk about it.
Your reserve is appreciated.
Shall we move on?
Yes, your consultation is the next agenda. After cross-referencing the records pertaining to the recent events in the House of Spiders, it would appear that recent memories concerning the individuals designated as Sora and Ren currently remain only with you, Dante.
I know it's not, but that looks like to me like the fucking the hammer Merceau. I forget what it's called though.
The Grosshammer or whatever?
Yeah.
I think the thing itself is supposed to be Dante's PDA, like the device.
Yeah, but
like,
I
don't know what it's supposed to be on the front there.
Like I know it's not. That's just what it reminds me. It reminds me of that.
Right.
As such, should the influence of Ryoshu and her sword lead to further omissions in the official records, the manager will be responsible for supplementing the necessary information.
Yeah, not the first time I was the only one left with intact memories. Huh. That's right. Despite Keiko's memory wipe procedure, Catherine's erasure by the Golden Bow's power, and Aryashiki's severing people from existence, I was the only one who remembered what had transpired. But, ironically enough, the memories I had prior to swapping my head with this clock still showed no sign of return. I hope my memories come back, though. Is it because of this clockhead?
Speculation based on your experience with the bus team thus far will not meaningfully contribute to the recovery of your former memories manager. Inductive reasoning conducted from memories with gaps, after all, is bound to have structural limitations. Bonji would serve as an adequate analogy.
Bonji?
Yes, a bonji. Receiving feed and increasing body mass alone would provide no meaningful basis for identifying the purpose of its rearing. Even at the terminal stage, when exposed to kitchen instruments and the heat of the stove, its limited experience would prove inadequate to constitute an understanding of its ultimate fate and purpose. Likewise, the ultimate answer to your doubts can only be obtained from the whole of the experience that you will have accumulated at the terminus of your entire journey. That is, your allotted mission.
Because treasure awaits at the end of the road. At the end of hell. And that treasure will give me back my memories. And my head. Also?
Indeed, at the end of the road you will be able to engrave your aspect.
I still have no idea exactly what aspect means, or even whether it's an object, but I know one thing. It's that the me, from before this began, had wanted it badly, obsessively, desperately. More like an instinctive knowledge, but if my memory's gone, that feeling, however strong it is, does not change the fact that it's just another word, no discernible mental image. And you're not going to tell me what it actually is, are you? The aspect. What it means, or why I want it so much?
If it remains a piece of information that must be disclosed to you, then no. I am unable to tell you. Pay it no mind. You are following your star acceptably. Please concentrate on the journey. More importantly, have you grown accustomed to that incomplete power? Current observation suggests you have yet to arrive at that level.
Well, I'm pretty used to focusing on one place at a time, but keeping track of several places at once is still a bit rough. Otis's team is doing well in combat, even without my direct supervision, and Rhodia's team is shopping and not engaged about the moment. Picking my mind off of them would prove much easier, but that wouldn't give me much needed practice, so I'm doing my best to keep an eye on every sinner's status.
Sufficient familiarity should result in substantial tactical value. You would be able to cast a wider net when gathering information and employing previously unavailable tactical patterns.
Right. And also be able to tell when it's a bad time to call someone in, too. Even as I continue talking to Faust, and make sure not to stop observing the places where each group is and what they're doing. Yep, pulling deep to the rear is the right call. So any injuries, this team's still doing pretty well even without my directions. As for Radia, wait, did she stuff all of the pastries and bread she bought in her pockets? How did she manage to without a huge baguette? Watching the fucking baguette disappear into the pocket of holding.
Rogia's food-based hammer space.
I noticed this group. Let's see. Yeah, look like they joined up the LCD team without any issues. LCD, that guy over there must be. Hang on. Faust, there's a dude I've seen before, but he seems a bit different from what I remember.
Could you specify the issue?
I'm monitoring the situation right now. We should probably join up with them too. Let's end the conversation here.
This is rather precipitous, Dante. If the incident is of a serious nature, perhaps a request for support from the LCC.
No, it's not an incident. No, I wouldn't say it's not serious. Ugh. This is going from bad to worse, really. Dante seems to be tied up helping the other groups. Osa's command calls have been working out well enough, I'll give her that. We managed to hold the line better than expected, but we're definitely starting to feel the strain. Ah! Why are you having your hand on an arm and a hand signals? Hand signals? What swing of the arm side is even supposed to mean? You don't know! It's scattered, damn it, so scatter! That was close, you almost got flattened. Damn it, even rookies with nothing but the most rudimentary military training would have recognized a hand signal that basic. Well, we're not trained soldiers here, are we?
Verily, the flourish of a single hand doth indeed make a boast of chivalric elegance, yet when thou suddenly wavest thine arm about clenching and unclenching thy hand in that mystical fashion, only to suddenly turn tail, forsooth I am left bereft of understanding what thou meanest to say.
You think that all of the personnel in the team, only the Swabby has the discipline to interpret a basic field signal. I picked up during my sailing days. And realistically speaking, did you really expect ordinary people like the others to understand professional military signals? This is unacceptable. After all the operations all of you have been deployed under my lead, you're also ignorant when it comes to non-verbal signals. I don't think even Dante would know those signals. Yep, might as well be splitting hairs. Literally.
Let us appease our agitated hearts and follow Miss Otis's instruction. We should disperse and withdraw.
Do you want to be Ezra, or do you want me to take Ezra?
Ezra's the hyper girl, right?
Yeah, the hyper blonde one.
God,
I'll take Ezra.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Megaton landing!
It just sounded like I can't do fucking female voices.
Hey! Pretty cool, huh? Let's face it, I know how to make one heck of an entrance.
I mean, guy voices out of real, honestly. Well, aren't you supposed to be clearing up the distortions upstairs?
Oh, finito a million years ago. You guys were taking forever, so I figured I'd take a peek and lend a hand. You're welcome. Split by your thundering descent, the floor's form and shape are now crushed beyond mending, sunken deep enough to be likened to the incipience of a wellspring. Don't you worry your head about it. That's all after teams to take care of. Anyway, that should be all of them, right?
Unfortunately, lighting neutralizes the last of the distortions outside the building.
Great. Can you check the distorted people's faces and clothes?
The faces are all segmented. Makes my skin crawl. Kind of pleasant sight. As for their attire...
This one appeareth to be a sweeper, and that one yonder bears the attire of an ordinary fixer. And this distortion I landed on, probably a local resident, judging by the clothes. Did any of you happen to see anything nearby bursting with a big pop and flash? Nay, not once. Okie dokie. You know what? Then let's head upstairs. This suppression request is kind of a pain. We'll need to put together a nice, neat plan before we start poking it too hard. A plan, sayest thou? How was this not a mere matter of slaying distortions where they stand? Huh? Wait, did nobody brief you?
Nobody ever briefs us.
This has oft been the structure of our assignments. We are given instructions, we perform them, and only afterward do we begin to perceive the nature and contour of the task to which we have committed our hands.
Really? Well, I guess every department has its own way of doing things. No big deal. I'll explain everything once we're upstairs. Oh, by the way, you didn't get to meet the whole team last time, did you? Only our new girl? This time that dude, Mr. Bamboo-Headed Kim's also here, so...
He's okay now?
Sure he is. You'll be surprised once you see just how okay he is now.
But last time you said he was so under treatment.
To be precise, I believe Miss Song-Du stated that his mind is yet to regain its former tranquility.
That? You'll get it once you see him. I feel like we'll just end up having the same conversation twice if I say anything about it now.
I can be Young-Du as well. If you want to take Kim.
Okay, sure.
You have arrived.
It's blinding. So bright. The midday sun's pouring like crazy.
Yet the warm tickle of the sunbeam is rather agreeable.
No, this is not sunlight. Because unlike this, there's more to the sunshine than its warmth. Oh! Did that thing about Carmen!
They had to add it somewhere in the base game because it's in the Gone Arknights event now.
Yeah. What exactly is this like?
Why is this thing on again? It's bright enough to fry my eyeballs. Apologies, Lady Ezra. I'm yet to be accustomed to this machine. This is my first time laying a hand upon the complicated workings of such a contraption. It activated of its own accord, and I've yet to discover the method by which it may be silenced.
That's why I told you to leave it alone. Fiddling with things you don't understand usually end something, or you, broken. Nothing good comes of it, I tell you.
But Mentor, Lady Moses has instructed me that in every moment an event, clues are hidden under the veil of one's surroundings and must be examined with care.
Yes, and that only works if you're savvy about the knack. Hang on, did you say mentor?
I had not yet been afforded a proper opportunity to introduce him to you. This here is the esteemed leader of the Blade lineage, who is all but a master under whom I have apprenticed.
Do you have to dress it up like that? I told you. I only took on the role because there wasn't anyone else around to take the job.
Switch. Where's the switch? Aha! Gotcha.
The fucking... The model looks silly, just the hat blocking the face entirely.
Goodness. Known as Bamboo-Hatted Kim.
Yes, that's me. Guess I should say to please meet you folks.
Yeah, it looks goofy because it's just hung up on a coat rack.
Yeah.
There's no one in there.
The fuck? Okay, so more often than not, first impressions are prone to change. The bamboo-hatted Kim I remember was a man who drowned in his own fathoms, blaming himself for his powerlessness with a listless heaviness. That, however, had been why he was distorted and sucked into himself. But I feared his original personality might be somewhat different. But this is not just somewhat. His personality is in the same ballpark as my expectations. You're telling me this guy here is bamboo-hatted Kim? Yep, we double-checked him, Ezra, and she said it really is the same guy. Oh, that part is not hot at all. Fascinating stuff. Okay, can we check again, just in case? I really can't remember around the fact that this is the sullen, serious man whom we thought just look at what he's doing. He's rubbing my face over like he's checking out some kind of mantelpiece ornament. Lots of ticking and talking going on. That doesn't sound like I'm talking to you folks, huh?
Further confirmation would be redundant, Dante. This individual is conclusively identical to the one designated as Bamboo-Hatted Kim.
I've got no idea what you folks are so suspicious about. That dude just what exactly you've been telling people out there about me? They're all staring like they've seen a ghost.
I told them that you are a gallant and formidable warrior, Mentor.
But they don't look like they've heard the most flattering things about me. There, don't you hear it? The faint undercurrent of disappointment in the ticking.
I also told them that you were a man of few words, but with much affection for the followers under your command.
Do.
Yes, Mentor.
That's a complete and utter lie. Man, a few words is definitely not something you can say about a guy who's as talkative as me, don't you think?
Yet I spoke no falsehood. Although your conduct is rather shallow and perhaps less refined for a leader of an organization, you are much more reserved and taciturn when conversing with those unfamiliar to you, are you not? No matter who one may be, one is bound to inspire either approval or disapproval from those around him, so I refrain from mentioning any truths that might invite the latter. To even hint at anything that might tarnish the reputation of my master would not be unlike spitting on his name, and mine by extension.
I simply had no reason to put on airs in front of my own folks. Anyways, you can't see if anything about block is part, huh? Do tell, how many fingers am I holding up? Those are not my eyes. It's the two dots. it's the two fucking dots. Your own folks, huh? And you've already acknowledged and accepted that you now belong to Limbus Company.
Why didst thou not pay a visit to the LCE? Verily, when one's mind is plagued by the absence of tranquility, venturing forth into the open air and touchable field of grass cleareth the storm of heart.
An asset of companies expected to act in the company's interest, yet, for whatever reason, I didn't see you fighting on the field of battle during Operation Spiderfire. You will have to account for your absence in the mission. Otis addressed Kim as though she were conducting a formal investigation, every word flat and hard. It was obvious she was not about to let her guard down anytime soon. What? Mission? Oh, that one. Kim finally seemed inclined to assume more serious disposition. He stopped peering into my face and turned toward Otis, although his hand was still on my head. Alright, clearly there's some disconnected expectations here. Listen here, you. I'm really not all that about hard bothers of work. You know what I mean? Real disconnect was between his stoic expression and the words coming out of his mouth. What? So let's talk about the kind of fellow I am. Meet the resident layabout who's forced to do his job with a frown too, I might add. Only way he's got absolutely no other choice. I'm really not some big shot. I've just apparently been promoting this, folks. And I'd very much like to stop getting roped into stuff that keeps putting my life on the line. Fine, then why did you join the LCD in the first place if you'd rather be unemployed? No, never mind, they'd probably force you to stay. Gotcha, quick. First it's about this nonsense about distortions and all, and then force hired me, calling me a company-owned resource or whatever. And the other day they were again on about, what's his name? Goldenbow, yeah. They invited me on a tour to the department to listen to some important presentation.
And I accepted. I thought it would be a fine opportunity to broaden my perspective.
Dear, there are times when your commitment to duty shines brighter than the sun. I found that attitude so dazzling that it's cool when I'm looking at you. Who knows, man, I'm wearing this bamboo hat to shade my eyes from your utter brilliance.
Do you mean to say that you were in need of a shield to protect your eyes? Lady Ezra, might I submit a request for a pair of sunglasses for my mentor? Only if it's not too much of an imposition on the budget, that is.
The fucking
That right there, that's what I keep telling you not to do! You can't just say yes to every silly little thing he says and turn it into a supply request. Small expenses add up to a lot, you know. You gotta save up everything you can in the piggy bank while you still can, or you'll end up broke. Is there truly no room for consideration? No means no. Then, pray, make the purchase for me, and I shall cover the cost myself. No, can't. Wait, what? My poor mentor is in a state of great discomfort, yet I possess neither the wisdom nor the knowledge to navigate that silver tongue of merchants in the maze of stalls to locate the very best item, so I must beg it as favor of you.
I enjoy that her picture is, like, blurry compared to everybody else's.
It's like the picture was taken of before her, like, new fit and hairstyle.
Yeah.
So she's still got the infinite forehead on the badge.
You give me a freaking headache, girl. I'm aware that you and yours are no strangers to such dealings. There is no one else I can trust to complete such a procurement with the swiftness of the wind. You know what? Never mind what I just said. I'll just get you what you want. You heard the gentle lady, Mentor. Your sufferings shall soon be alleviated.
Right.
My apologies for interrupting you in mid-conversation. Pray, continue. You had reached the part where they invited you to tour another department.
No sooner Angdu's words left her lips that her eyes glinted with something I couldn't really put my finger on. But it was a strange intensity that sent a chill down my spine.
I don't know why. I just saw the black and I was like, oh, this is Angdu.
But you're gonna do the voice. Yeah. So that day I was just gonna relax here and watch some TV. Well, good for you for showing up to work today, I guess. Let's say there's a debt to be repaid.
At least you understand that we are indeed indebted to the company.
Yeah, I suppose I do. Kim's gaze lingered on Angdu's prosthetic arms as he answered. Oh, Miss Angdu, your arms. Only after following Kim's gaze, it's clear to notice Angdu's brand new prosthetic arms. The last time we saw her, Angdu had lost both her arms, and I remembered Ezra asking her to sit tight and choose what types of prosthesis she wanted. Those arms are probably up. It's not just the arms, even her clothes are different now. And that sword.
I had these arms fitted anew as soon as the operation was concluded. The gracious hosts of one of the LCD's teams had prepared them in advance.
With evident satisfaction, Angdu held up her dark metallic wrists as if to showcase them. The components fixed along her arm, clicked and rattled, unfolding for a moment before neatly folding back into place.
Oh, such graceful smoothness went to machine articulation! It's as though I am beholding the marvelous prosthesis of the illustrious Siegfried himself!
Yep, the showcase would have gone lackluster without that trademark reaction. Those are strikingly similar to Schwarz Industries' N7 lineup, but I thought that model was discontinued.
Nah, not theirs. It's one of the prototypes developed by LCD's Phenomena Deciphering team, and they put them on her for trial. Now you'll find another like them. They're based on technology spun from distortions.
Oh, I see. For a brief moment, Sinclair's eyes lit up as if he had glimpsed something that brought him back to a memory. Then, just as quickly, he fell silent, whatever he wanted to say, next catching in his chest.
This will trouble you, Master Sinclair.
It wasn't hard to understand what struck the tender memory for Sinclair and why it cast a shadow over his face. But, sorry, it just reminded me of something from a long time ago. My dad used to work with prosthetics before he passed away. I thought this was the exact same model I saw back then.
It appears I lacked tact. These arms have stirred a painful memory within you. For that, I apologize.
It's alright. Yeah, I'm fine now. Sinclair's voice still carried a faint tremor, but beneath it, there was a firmness that had not been there before. He really had grown a great deal.
You can thank yours truly for picking the sword. I was there with her. I did inform Lady Ezra that any blade could serve as a weapon would suffice, but she insisted on browsing the goods. I dare say I was given the opportunity to lay my eyes upon every type of sword I could ever hope to see in this life, walking through the workshop street that day. Oh, please, girl, we walked for just 4 hours. That's nothing.
While everyone was distracted at taking an Ondu's new outfit and equipment, Kim had quietly slipped away from the crowd and crouched down to just crouch in a corner. He was rummaging through things scattered on the floor, picking them up. Is he pocketing them? Anyway, what is this place supposed to be? What are all these things? It's basically a wreck now, but there are strobes and that clock backdrop over there. Maybe it used to be a photo studio? Oh, next door there's so many photos stuck around the place. Probably. This thing definitely looks like a camera, at least. Sinclair picked up a small cylindrical object and turned it over his hand, studying of curiosity. What do you suppose this is? A battery? Maybe? Oh, there's some kind of strip inside. Let me just pull it out. No, that's... Oh. Otis shouted a sharp warning at Sinclair, as if she had realized something. But Mersault's hand shot up before she could even finish, clasping over Sinclair's wrist before the strip could be pulled out. What did I do? Exposure to sunlight damages these objects. I already put a little bit out, though. It can be rewound. Carefully rotate the bridge section on the cylinder. I am currently blocking the sunlight from reaching the exposed section. Damage is of no concern. Damn, Mersault.
Thank you, Mersault.
Thank you, Mersault. Okay, you mean this one, right? This is the part that rotates? Yep, went back in. A quiet nod, and Mersault took the object from Sinclair's hands. It seems to be a film roll. There's something written on the outside. Experiment number 4. It appears to be a compact roll for a film camera. You seem to have handled one before. Yes. Mersault's answer came without any further explanation, but the way just the camera on the table certainly didn't look like that at first time. I once received a report containing photographs taken on film cameras during the war. Film rolls used by N-Corp are particularly difficult to falsify. They're often used to collect intelligence during secret operations. The film fixes light directly onto the medium, from what I've heard. A peculiar expression flashed across Ezra's face as she regarded Otis. Perhaps it was the mention of war that caught her attention.
Anyway, we've managed to regroup in one piece. Let's come up with a plan to deal with these distortions, guys. Where should we begin?
Then, the next breath, she returned to her usual bubbly self and steered the conversation away from the subject.
Both Ezra and I, we are both still trying to be free of the misconception we inflicted upon ourselves.
I do enjoy, like, the completely normal fucking office.
Normal office building.
For our unfailingly perky disposition, Ezra too may be carrying traumatic memories every bit as devastating as Gregor's.
Does there yet remain aught deserving illumination?
Yeah, wait. You're right. Haven't we cleaned up the distortion already? If you have any more trace of distortions nearby, and it didn't seem like any other Sinner team elsewhere were actively engaged in battle at the moment either.
Dante is asking whether the distortion suppression has not, in fact, already been concluded. Oh, not yet. These people we fought just now, they only got caught up in the distortion. They didn't actually distort themselves. We haven't even gotten close to the distortion's inflection point yet.
Inflection point?
Anywho, finding an inflection point without the team leaders around is going to take some time, though maybe it won't be too bad with your help.
Ezra swept her eyes around the room with a look of frustration, as though she'd just been handed a puzzle box of half the pieces missing. By inflection point, are you referring to the point on a graph in which the directionality of its curvature changes?
Calling to mind the present context may less be a mathematical term and more a specialized polyseme, referring to the point at which distortion occurs, the motive, intent, or indeed the point in which inflection of the mind occurs.
Yep, that's about right. That's the kind of inflection point I was talking about. So in our department, we use that term to mean the source of a distortion, the inflector or cause behind it, stuff like that. You know, distortions are hard to treat if you don't know the core cause. Treat the symptoms you see on the surface how you like, but if you never find the root cause, the distortion's never getting solved. Though I guess you guys never really had to look for that stuff, huh? Your boss clock opens the door to their fathoms or whatever, right?
You mean Dungeon of the Fathoms?
Yep, that's the one. From where we're standing, distortions are really high-maintenance, time-consuming headaches. It's one thing to somehow manage to locate the inflection point, but curing it is another thing. But you guys can just march straight into someone's heart and knock the snot out of everything in there, and ta-da! Patient ready for discharge. That's how it works, right? Ugh. Not gonna lie, I was so jealous when I heard about that, I almost bit my sleeve off. Verily, I thought your team would set about resolving distortions once the foe was vanquished, as we all want to do. Was that not so? Of course not! Why would anyone come to us with a distortion suppression request if it were that simple in the first place? But yeah, most of the time, peeps try brute force approaches to it first, and when things go south, they send requests to the company or to our detective's office.
That means the client this time must have been...
Bingo! Apparently, the residents of Butter Street had all chipped in on commissions to all kinds of agencies like the SVI and the combat specialized fixer offices, but none of them could actually do things right, and the job got passed on to us.
Meaning, the distortion phenomenon really this kind of photograph is still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets.
Exactly. That's why we gotta find something, anything that might count as a clue.
Ezra gazed down at the people lying on the floor with a complicated expression. Neat ash gray suits and the logo of the collar on the uniforms and briefcases. Hey, isn't that N-Corp's logo? I'm thinking of it. Wasn't Marceau? I was once employed by N-Corp. You used to work with these people? Yeah, he did mention that I used to work at N-Corp. Maybe you can offer us some insight. You know who these guys are, Marceau? Yes, manager. These are N-Corp Class 2 staff members, given the camera briefcase of the possession. They are likely members of the pin frame team of services Disc Class. Marceau recited the information as though he were pulling from a file he'd already sorted and placed it in the back of the shelf in his mind. Okay, pin frame team. Anything you can tell us about them? Yes. It is one of N-Corp's many field departments related to the information gathering and processing. The primary duties include the handling of N-Corp's internal information, analysis of N-Corp's internal intelligence, sorting and arranging of N-Corp's internal information, and intersector. That's enough. Understood.
Well, is he talking an encyclopedia or something? Yeah, another thing to be jealous of. You mind if we borrow him sometimes?
Might be an issue first we want to borrow our team's encyclopedia. Looks like everyone agrees that he's an encyclopedia.
Anyway, your encyclopedia's right. They're from N-Corp's pinframe team. Seen them a few times before on N-Corp's nest. But why would people already busy enough dealing with nest affairs come all the way out to a shabby back street like this? Got any guesses?
Oh. I am unable to determine that.
Eh?
Possible range of connections between the two pieces of information is insanely broad. Listing every relevant reason as to why they may have been come here would require a considerable amount of time. Therefore, I will not present a determinative answer to that question.
Huh?
Ezra, staring holes into me with unspoken, is this dude always like this? Wouldn't pull any answers from me, you know? Because aside from combat situations, I've still got no way to figure out what's going on in his head. Okay then, Marceau, maybe this will be easier to answer. From an objective point of view. And that was when I know something I'd never imagined would happen. Marceau's eyes widened, his gaze fixing me with such force I could almost feel the faint tremor. A leveling stare that came with, there is no such thing as an objective point of view. Manager. A clipped tone and a look almost bordering on rebuke. A given judgment may seem infinitely close to objectivity, but ultimately all things are subjective without exception. I fell silent for a moment, lost in thought. Part of it was because Marceau's reaction caught me off guard, but I also wondered whether this response might be connected to why he would always refuse to make judgments for himself. And if this has something to do with his turn, which I know is just around the corner. Got it. Then tell me 3 subjective reasons you think are most likely for why these people had to come all the way to the backstreets. I need to understand who he actually is as much as I can, because I'll never know when I'll get another chance to really get to know him if I brush this off with a simple, I see, my bad, as usual. Yes, manager. I want to point out it is entertaining to me that we're back to ryoshu, never fucking talking.
She's thinking.
She's thinking. It's not her turn anymore. I would presume that their mission was one or all of the following: retrieval video recording, recordings in violation of N-Corp's taboo, prompt elimination of the violator, conduct of informant backsheets, collaborating with N-Corp's nest for identification and arrest of wanted individual or individuals designated by the nest. Taboo? You mean these people could be taboo hunters?
Nah, no way. They don't send out taboo hunters for every single violation, you know? Like, wings usually leave minor taboo violations to be handled by subcontracted. Holy shit! I think we have to stop after this note.
Yeah.
I'm falling apart. To be handled by subcontracted fixer officers or employees of the department in charge. I'd say the guys here are N-Corp staff.
Ms. Ongdu, what are you looking for in their pockets?
I'm looking through their belongings for enlightening clues, yet to be hidden in the sleeve or the fold of their garments. Lady Moses has been gifted with the art of discerning truth from what lies before her with but a single glance, yet my eyes are foreign to such a feat. Let me take a look too. This is an employee card, and okay, this one's a wallet, so let's put that back. We don't want to be robbers. Aha! This might be it. It's an order missive.
Ezra pulled a sheet of paper out from an N-Corp staff's coop and read its contents aloud.
Work details elimination of the individual of a Category 3 taboo violation, address Butter Street. This is the place.
Which means all this might be pointing at something. Whoever used to work in the studio and the distortion phenomenon might be connected.
Yeah, and now that you mention it, when that whole pop and change thing happened, it did kind of feel like a camera flash. Alright, let's start by combing through this place. Let me know if you find anything suspicious. Oh, at long last, hath the hour arrived for my debut as a detective, forsooth?
Don Quixote must have been miffed for not getting to play detective back in D-Corp. No idea where she'd been keeping them, but she immediately pulled out the detective prompts that had been given to Radia, Ryoshu, and Hunglu back then.
Verily, I had foreseen that the day would come.
Fortunately, Otis wasted no time putting end to Don Quixote's badly timed shenanigan. A sharp dressing down from her was enough to make our detective chivalric adventure stuff the costume more. Okay then, we should be moving to.
Probably a good stopping point anyway.
Sure.
Got our obligatory 20-minute cutscene out of the way before we get into some of the other stuff.
The pictures.
We got, what, 3 notes deep?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We might be able to finish this up next time, or if not, then definitely if we do again Tuesday or something.
Yeah. Okay, so with all of that done, I think we're coming to ship to go. Hopefully you see you next time. Have a good night, and we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.